house together, living, breathing Dota together and having fun, while also competing for $1 million prize pool. So it's going to be definitely fun. These are the qualifiers. You're currently watching the China and Southeast Asia qualifiers, but if you want to follow some other ones, we have other streams live. I think there's going to be another one live right now that are going to be covering other regions as well. So we have MENA region, we have Southeast Asia and China, we have Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and North South America together as well. So 5 regions, 5 qualifiers. Already a lot of invited teams already to the final stage of the tournament, but it's literally a bloodbath. It is literally a bloodbath here that is going to be happening in the qualifiers. They're a tournament of their own that is very hard to beat in every single region. But let's focus on Talon versus G2.iG. G2.iG are definitely coming in as the favorites. Talon, even though this name just resonates as power in the Southeast Asia region, this is not the same Talon. They have solid players, but Ponyo, Akashi, WS, Joe, Cam, and Chuan, I have a very hard time seeing them winning versus G2.iG. And we are going to be seeing a Doom on the other side. Magnus will get picked up. Magnus getting more and more of a priority. A lot of people see it as a good pickup, and I mean, rightly so. The hero is looking pretty decent nowadays. Doom is looking pretty decent as well. Right, you see the Magnus down on the other side. Usually people like to have a Morphling with a Magnus, sometimes because you benefit so much from the Empower actually. But versus the Doom, it is not a hero that you want to play. Even though you buy Lincolns, if you do get Doomed, you're just dead. It's just how the hero works nowadays, with the Doom preventing all heal. I actually don't know what to think. I kind of feel like the new Doom is stronger than what it used to be, but it is definitely debatable, and does it is from situation to situation, from game to game. G2.iG will get a Bat Rider, so this is the second Bat that we're gonna be seeing today. Previous one, you know, I want to say it was successful because Blacklist shouldn't have lost that game, but they got ratted. There were a couple of mistakes that were being made, but Carl pretty much played a good Bat Rider game. He was ultra farmed for the majority of it, found good lassos despite playing versus the Vengeful Spirit. So it was a decent performance all in all. But Talon, they're gonna take their time here a little bit. Understandable. There's gonna be an Abaddon. Okay, so he did receive a little bit of a nerf. If you guys read Yaro's Twitter, he I don't know if it was on Twitter. Either way, he said Abaddon is unbeatable. This hero cannot lose. It wins every single game. We'll see if that's gonna be the case now, and where Talon are gonna be playing it actually. It's definitely good at the hero versus both Magnus and the Bat Rider. Both of his dispels are hard dispels. His ulti and his shield. And that is it. If you're inside of the RP, you use the ulti, you use the Photic Shield. RP, nobody cares. If somebody gets lassoed, you just use the Photic Shield. So overall, it's pretty nice. Techies will come out. If I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th Techies of the day. Nobody's still banning it, but everybody's picking it up. And I don't know. It's decent. I can't say that there was no impact from the hero, but I haven't seen that like wow factor of it being picked up every single game. That's why it's not being picked up in the first phase. It's not a first phase hero. It's just good. Yeah, I've seen a Luna today. It was a Zeraid that actually played it, and they played it with a Tuscan lane. This is going to be a pretty powerful lane for sure. There is no Nature's Prophet. That was one thing that was kind of scary for that Luna in the laning phase that we saw in the first best of one of the day. But overall, it is an amazing lane, these two. Also, Tusk is one of the better heroes to actually save you from the Doom. He gives you 3, maybe even 4 or 5 seconds, depending on how long you travel. inside of a snowball of you being protected from the damage. So that's actually quite nice. I like it. I like it for sure. Plus Abaddon, later on, his ulti pops, you get him in the shards, slow him down. You can definitely keep him in place for a long time. We talked about the Morphling, but for G2.iG, it is going to be for Talon. Again, a similar draft from what we have seen in the previous game that IHC had, and it worked out for them. So this probably puts the Abaddon on the 5 roll. Which is nice melee hero with a Morphling, pretty tanky versus the Bat Rider if it is gonna be a 4 Bat. And I don't know if you want to be playing a mid lane Bat versus the Abaddon. Though position 4 Bat Riders nowadays don't really go for sticky napalms, so you can actually get away with laning versus the Abaddon as you max out the Firefly and your Flame Break. Oh, an Invoker ban. Haven't seen that today. Has been pretty ignored as a hero. OD, of course, has not been ignored. This hero looks amazing. Despite some of the nerfs coming through, it still looked pretty decent. There will be a puck ban if we look at G2.iG. Until the Bat Rider gets the blink, you don't do anything to the puck. If you want to send the Bat to the mid lane, well, puck does relatively well against you. Magnus would lane well versus the puck, though we can assume that this is going to be an off-lane Magnus. So Talon, they're taking their time. Both of the teams have a ton of reserve time to actually work with, so not in a hurry whatsoever. Talon have this ban into a pick. We'll see what they want to pick up here. So they're getting rid of the OD. Are we gonna see another Ember today? I mean, you do have Chuan on your side, so that's something that he plays. They go for Storm. I wouldn't mind it. It's actually a hero that lanes relatively well versus both the Bat and the Magnus. I'm gonna get rid of the Huskar. Might be going for a melee hero. I'm thinking Ember from the bans, but these are really heroes that can be problematic for you. So there it is. Okay, so they go for the Ember. Do you pick like a Viper? Are you that dirty? You know, they're gonna go for the Lina. It's dirty either way. I guess the Ember Spirit, you know, he's used to the flames. He's used to the fire. Lina brings a little bit more of it. This is a really good Lina game, actually, because you don't have much of a backline jump at all, right? The Ember Spirit wants to poke. You have pretty good frontliners from G2.iG. You have good counter initiation with the Snowball, with the Magnus. I have to say I'm loving the G2 lineup. It looks so nice. It's kind of similar to what we saw from Azure. It seems like the Chinese teams, they want to play a certain type of Dota, and it works, right? This is the type of Dota that almost always works. I see no reason not to go for something like this if you have the opportunity. So I'm definitely going G2. They're coming into this game. It's not like the previous one where Blacklist were the favorites and they lost. The G2.iG are coming in as the heavy favorites. This lineup, these players, they are insane. I'm a big fan of Xnova. Actually, I'm very surprised that Baboka is a captain, but maybe they're just all drafting together. I'm a big fan of Xnova. And whenever I see him, I just want the guy to win. He has such a kind look in his eyes, so I'm definitely looking forward to see how well he's gonna be playing with this team. This best of one, of course, isn't gonna be a real test. This is something that they have to win if they wanna be looked as a serious contender. But best of ones, as we mentioned, and as we saw, are sometimes things that you can't control. Any team can lose versus another Dota team if if the other team is at least solid, right? You can find an opening. It can be a second of not paying attention. All of those things really do matter. So but Chinese teams are a little bit different. They are very disciplined. They're very conservative in their approaches to pushing, in their approaches to risking things. Even though Baboka and Xnova might be in terms of risk taking, are maybe up there with the Chinese supports, like the ones that take the most. But they're still very, very disciplined, both of them. So I'm definitely gonna be going for IG. I have a very hard time looking at Talon and thinking they're gonna win. Plus, if their techies doesn't have a good game, then you don't have the damage. That's the case. So in the B patch, the Curse of Avernus duration on the Abaddon was decreased from 4.5 to 4 seconds, and the DPS was decreased by 10 per level, which is actually a pretty solid nerf. But with that being said, we do have a game on our hands, so let's get into it. And there we are. The last best of one of the day here in the closed qualifiers of Southeast Asia and China for the BetBoom Dacha 2024 that is gonna be in Dubai. Let's go. Just I've never been to Dubai, so I would like to visit. And imagine if it's for Dota. That would be amazing. Look at this, IG. Forward. The Magnus. See if he finds something, if he finds the ward. No, it's... The Doom is already in position, so... You're not gonna be scouting that ward, at least not gonna have the info. What's going on there. JT starting off with the magic wand versus the techies or the Abaddon, both of them. It makes sense. Abaddon is probably going to be spamming the Aphotic Shield. We'll see though. Maybe starts off with the Curse. Xnova. Yep, now he knows there's a ward. Very nicely done. JT coming forward. You're just going to get smacked, so you have to be very, very careful. It is going to be a 2-for-2 in terms of runes. Nobody engaging. We haven't seen level 1 fights in this qualifier just yet. And I don't think that we're gonna be seeing much of them. A lot of the players are very conservative. A lot of teams, even in pubs, it very rarely happens. Everybody just wants to start off the laning phase without any unexpected things happening. Look at Luna has 2 hats. One for Nova. Though this is not Nova, this is something else, but doesn't matter. And one for herself. Xnova coming in. Speaking of Novas, he wants to punch WS. He only got 1 hit in. There's gonna be one from Monet, so that tag team really not coming in handy all that much. Let's talk about the top lane. So this is gonna be a farm fest for sure. I guess the Abaddon will be applying some pressure, but in general it is, I'm gonna protect my Morphling, and Magnus and the Morph are gonna farm. Magnus should be able to get a solid amount of CS. This hero has a lot of damage, has good animation. Shockwave is a good spell to secure creeps as well. Plus, he has a mobility spell, so you should never be afraid. And all in all, should be pretty passive lane. We'll see if somebody makes a mistake. Very nice shockwave onto the 2 of them. Meanwhile, mid lane, both Nothing to Say and Chuan are dropping low. There is a Fairy Fire on Nothing to Say, and he's really applying some hurt to Chuan. Has to be careful. No stun on the Lina, but he doesn't necessarily know that. Level 3 is there. Now you can maybe start running forward. Yeah, this is the type of thing that you can do. Attempted dodge, not gonna be happening. It's a level 2 Dragon Slave as Chuan. He still doesn't have money for his bottle. This is a disaster, a complete disaster. And speaking of disaster, Sponyo has been caught. No Aphotic Shield. Nice run through the trees there. He's just the right one to escape himself and get out of harm's way. Chuan pops the Flame Guard. Immediately does get... What the hell is he doing? I mean, he's dying, obviously. Oh, has the Fairy Fire. Added armor. Helps you live. There will be a Dragon Slave and just enough for a kill. That is a kill in the mid lane. Full solo. Sure, you picked your hero earlier, but this is a problem. 11 to 5 to 5 and no. Chuan hasn't been doing that good in Alliance, and now, well... His debut here in the close qualifiers, rough. Let's go with rough. We're not gonna be using any harsh words, but laning phase here, G2.iG, they are outclassing Talon. And this is something that we expected, really. If we look at Talon, we know these players, they're not bad, but they're not on the level. For sure, and it's showing in the laning phase. Look at how much CS Luna has, and it's not looking like he's gonna be pressured whatsoever. And thinking about rotations, who's gonna rotate? Abaddon? I don't think so. That doesn't give kills. I guess Techies could, and that's the X factor. We're gonna be looking at Jokem if he's able to do anything. A sentry will get taken down. He didn't find this one. That's so annoying for sure for him. Shards to try to secure the creep, not gonna be happening, but the Lucent Beam will allow them to do so, continuing to get amazing amounts of farm on this Luna. As Akashi, 2 points in the Adaptive Strike, trying to apply some pressure, but there's no camp to be pulled. And if the Baboka stops this pull from the big camp, the farm of JT will just continue. At least the Morphling is getting something, right? But he is, again, losing the lane. Jokem stealing the bounty runes. This is what happens. When you're losing the lane so hard, then you go and pick up the bounty runes. You're like, yeah, it's not too bad. We got the bounty runes. Nope, it's catastrophic. Who got the Healing Lotus in the bottom lane? It was the Tusk, top lane. I think it's the Bat. Yeah, so they got both of those. Next thing that G2.iG are gonna be looking to take here, I'm guessing the Wisdom Runes. Considering you're so far ahead, there is a chance that they rotate. I guess you have Lina in the mid lane, so you'd rather rotate to the Lina than from her. Chuan is continuing to suffer. 11 CS compared to the 25 of the Lina, and 12 denies. Now nothing to say, we'll probably be moving forward. Goodbye Flame Guard. That's a level 2 Flame Guard, just down the drain immediately. Doesn't really protect you from flames, does it? Nice deny from nothing to say. And Xuan, he is just not able to play Dota. This is pretty grim for him. JT, 14-1 charges, so he's not gonna die. Batrider is stacking for the time being. You have a Magnus, you have a Luna, you have a Lina. Every one of those heroes are very good at taking down neutral creeps, so especially the Luna, so you want those stacks up and running. No sentries there to block the camp, so easy for them. JT though is dropping low, will be given a salve, has a tango, has 17-1 charges, still has a lot of HP though, so that's not easy to heal through. But overall, very slow start, and this is what we expect, right? But no reason for G2.iG to force anything, as the laning phase is going amazing for them, and when we look at Talon, there isn't much they can do. Right, so their rotation potential isn't that great. Ponyo will be taken down. Baboka might lose his life. He has taken down the trees with the Firefly, so couldn't juke around them. As JT is standing his ground and fighting Akashi, but let's see who wins this one. Morphing into strength means that your damage is not going to be as high, but high enough. Stands his ground versus JT, and that's going to be Talon on the board. They do lose a hero, but Akashi is still looking quite nice on the Morphling, getting himself a kill. It will allow Baboka to go to the mid lane and refill the bottle. Just before the first power rune, X-Nova, he picks it up. He has the snowball. This is looking very bad for Chuan. Nice dodge there on the jump. Nothing to say. Standing his ground. Wants to come forward. He knows that nobody can kill him. It is going to be a Laguna Blade onto Ponyo, who just turns around and dies. X-Nova getting the kill, while the rest of Talon just get themselves out. Nothing to say. It's a little bit too deep. So he has 7-1 charges and the Fairy Fire. Used both of them. The Blood Grenade is getting him low, but with the tower region, he'll be fine. Has to be very careful of the next Light of Fist, but it probably won't be enough for a kill. Nothing to say. Can continue to dominate, to destroy, to annihilate this Ember Spirit in the mid lane. Yeah, I needed to open up a dictionary for more words that mean I am teaching you how to play Dota, Chuan. That's exactly, it seems like a schooling. Lina would be your hot teacher, right? Get it? Hot? Because I'm gonna stop. Anyways, the Wisdom Rune. There it is. This is the one thing that you shouldn't have allowed your techies. You need the level 6. And X-Nova is just staying there. Now, you've lost both of the Wisdom Runes. Your techies is gonna be under-leveled for quite some time. You're not going to be getting that damage. So how are you going to be killing people? I don't know. That is the one thing they should have never allowed to happen. Though versus the Tusk, it's not easy to stop him actually, right? You kind of need to kill him. Because he just uses the snowball, he stuns all of you. WS, Laguna, follow-up stuns with the snowball, and Monet comes over to secure that kill. You couldn't have done it without me, guys. You couldn't have done it without me. But I guess, you know, you're in his lane. Though usually with rotations like this, when Lina is coming over, he is definitely losing some farms, so you want to leave a kill for him. But on the other hand, Monet is the win condition, so... All that being said, the Morphling is farming really well. Haste from Nothing to Say. They're looking towards Jokam. He will use the blast off to the side. Still with the haste, they should be able to run him down. One more Dragon Slave. Jokam will be taken out. Nothing to Say, holding it on for some time, and he does get a kill in the end. The Magnus was rotating to the mid lane, but when he saw his teammates chasing to the other side, he just decided to go back to farming. JT cannot threaten the Morphling. Once he gets the Orchid, that's gonna change, of course, but... still a solid amount away from it. Baboka. We thought he was stacking for the Luna. Not the case. No stacks on the statue area. And it is gonna be the two fire boys, or the fire gang. That's gonna be taking down these stacks that Baboka made for them. They did take a lot of damage there. Get some tokens. This is gonna be all tier 1 tokens for sure after the ancients do fall. Meanwhile, Akashi, he has the broom handle to sweep the forest a little bit. Okay, that Christmas hat is wet for sure. Poor Morphling, he probably deserves a new model. Sun Chen, nothing too big. There's gonna be a Tusk in a lot of trouble. He's looking very much dead. Can't use his spells. No denies will be coming through. Ponyo might be a hero that you try to punish because of this. And Monet does more than enough damage with the right clicks. That's so much. With the 4 points in the Lunar Blessing, he really does pack a punch. Meanwhile, Lina has the bots. Rotating to the bottom lane. Nothing to Say. He's looking towards WS. If he's gonna be able to find him, WS has to be very careful. They should see him because of night vision of the Luna. And there it is. Lucent Beam into a stun. The stun misses, but they do have the lasso, so WS should still be dead. Nice lasso into the two heroes. They both do so much damage, and Nothing to Say this time around. He's ready for Monet and his stealing tendencies, so... he will just use the Dragon Slave to secure the kill. 7-2, 4k gold lead. G2.iG continuing to control the map, but they still haven't taken down a single tower, meaning the Talon still have something to play around. Well, the Ember is going for the Mage Slayer. That's the classic build nowadays. Mage Slayer into Shivas. Though Doom is going for a Veil, so I don't know if the Ember will be doing that as well, as WS doesn't have the Doom. Has the Healing Lotus. Helm of Iron Will, he's pretty tanky, but they want this tower, and the tower will fall. Luna does more than enough damage to just take it down with ease. Whilst the Ember, he was thinking about rotating there on trend, decides against it. Really, the tower has already fallen. A lot of heroes are in the bottom lane as well. You would just be putting yourself in harm's way, while Nothing to Say. Very close to the Ethereal and TPing to the top lane. They want Takashi dead. The stun connects and the Laguna Blade will finish him off. Beautifully done by Nothing to Say. This guy, he knows what's up. Where's the question marks? Let's go, let's go. Nope, of course, nobody made him mad. Just like EG in that major final. That was one of the funniest things. Imagine you're just staying on the side like, haha, this guy can't play, and then he just destroys you. Who's the real evil genius? That Nothing to Say? That wasn't Nothing to Say. I'm crazy. Yep, that wasn't Nothing to Say. Nah, my bad. Very good Chinese mid laner. That's so as far as I know, Nothing to Say is not Chinese. He plays in the region. Tren gets the chains off. It is gonna be a region rune for Nothing to Say. As the gold lead continues to increase, now the second tower has fallen. And Talon, they're just helpless. And I'm looking at their draft and I'm thinking, when does that change? Only when you have the Doom can you get kills. And sure, he's going for a blink. He understands that his team needs it. But it's gonna take some time, and even once you get it, sure, you get 1 kill, then you are kind of crippled for 2.5 minutes. So I'm very much afraid for them. I'm afraid that we're gonna be watching a one-sided game. As JT coming over, doesn't have the blink. The Orchid will be done right now. Abaddon still no ulti, so that's quite dangerous. Have anything to break the Abaddon? No. It would be cool if they get a break, Orchid, and they kill him multiple times even when he has his ulti. You guys don't know, if you break the Abaddon, his ulti won't pop on its own, and then you Orchid him and he cannot pop it, right? He can pop it if he's stunned, not if he's silenced. Which is a bummer. Or hexed. He cannot pop it if he's hexed either. That's gonna be a tier 1 tower in the mid lane gone as well. All 3 tier 1s are dead, whilst G2.iG, they haven't lost anything. And I'm just looking at these heroes of Talon, thinking, what's the play? What will you do? And the quick answer is not much. Once the techies gets level 6, maybe you do have the capability to go for kills, but you do not have the towers to fight around. Plus, look at the deep vision. Very deep ward, very deep ward. Let's see if the Abaddon will find this one. Not for now. Let's look at the vision for Talon. It's mostly on the top lane, so they're not really looking to push the bottom lane, and they don't really have the heroes to do so. You don't have heroes to kill. You don't have heroes to push. You don't have heroes to split push. You lost the laning stage. Yeah, disasters have struck, I'd say. JT with the Orchid, he's just using it to farm, doesn't even care about going to hunt the Morphling. Once he has the blink, he can do it for sure. As the Morphling is going towards the Manta, but he needs 1500 gold to finish it, so even more. 1200. No, sorry, 1700. So it's gonna take some time. At least the Wisdom Rune Talon, they get something going for them. Yeah, we're getting excited for the Wisdom Runes because that's what's going on in this map. Nelina going for an Aghanim Scepter, wants to take up flight. The Flame Cloak wants to put it on. Show off a new dress. Tren, I guess the Mage Slayer will be there soon, and but he has 5k net worth. This is just sad. Tren has not been looking good lately, right? For the past year and a half, I think he has been dropping the ball, especially laning stage wise, which is not to be expected. He has a couple of heroes with which he was doing okay. Nothing to say might actually die here. He pulled out at the perfect moment. TP's in from supports. They are gonna be seeing him, know exactly where he is. Is the blink reveal from the Doom, jumping in from Trent. Dive will be there. The Doom connects on Delina. They push her back to the side of the tower, and Delina will die without the proximity mines even going off. TP from the Tusk, not being able to save Delina, and now into the shards. All of you will go. RP, not even necessary. They've gotten him a little bit away from the tower. WS will never escape the grasp of the enemies. You did fight Delina, but it is gonna cost you 2 heroes, maybe 3. Ponyo pops his ulti. Let's see. They're just gonna smash him in the face. He's not gonna be recognized ever again because he's beat up so badly. And in the end, will they allow him to live? Not really. And then the uppercut punch just to seal the deal. Monet will be the one who gets the kill, and that's gonna be 3 heroes dead with your blink reveal. Doom being used. Now we don't have a play. The tier 2 tower will fall as well. No glyph available. That's a tier 2 mid. 16 minutes into the game without the Roche, without really anything being utilized by G2.iG. They're just showing that they are a class, at least a class above Talon. Every single part, draft, laning phase, early movements, everything is going their way. With all those things already going their way, it's pretty easy to read the map as well. There's nothing to say. Oh, Morphling just comes over. Nothing to say this time around. He's gonna die without any big spells being utilized. Pretty big. Akashi just went through that portal just in time. He tried to kill the Ember. Not enough damage. As IG, they just go for the Roche. Can Talon at least get themselves a tower? The Morphling is doing his best. Akashi should be able to finish it off, while the Roche is dropping mid lane tower, however, is not going to be touched all that much. But 2 kills on Delina, and the Morphling actually overtaking her, and will probably be overtaking the Magnus after a little bit of time. That's pretty huge. Nicely done. WS will have his Doom in a couple of seconds, so this downside of the Doom, not that bad. The problem is, G2.iG, they will have the Aegis. It was bound to happen, especially with a start like this, but at least you got the best out of a pretty grim situation. Monet, is that a full manta? Please. Not a, yeah, it's a full manta. That's too much farm. Jokem. Pavis is ready. Going for the Solar Crest, wants to upgrade that. Meanwhile, top lane. Scan was used. Ember knows that something is up, so he's really not going to be showing himself, but I don't think that Monet wants to be stopping. There is no glyph. Even if there was, it's not going to be refreshing after the tower falls because you already lost the tier 2. See if they continue with the push. Monet seems to be relentless when it comes to it. So Talon, at the moment, their only way is to trade. Ember gonna be lasso. They have the silence, and without the Abaddon in the vicinity, he's just dead. At least the tower might fall. The glyph has been used. Monet taking the tower in the top lane. No, the tower in the mid lane will survive. Whilst WS picks up the shield rune. At least something taken away from G2.iG. But while you're taking something, G2.iG are taking everything else. Akashi hiding in the trees. This is gonna be a pretty split fight. Nothing to say, might get caught again, but a lot of his teammates are there. Up on the hill you go. Snowball save onto Lina Ponyo. His ulti will be there. Now he jumped to the low ground. They've lost the Magnus and Monet. He's losing his HP rapidly. The glaives are starting to bounce, but nothing to say, he's still alive. WS going for a TP out. They're gonna be finishing off Jokem. Now Akashi is all alone in this world. What is he to do? Please try to finish off X Nova. Not gonna be happening. Lina did die on the other side of the fight, as Akashi now will be run down. Help is coming, but help will not be there in time. Ponyo wanted to save his body, will be unsuccessful at doing so. It will be a 3 for 2 if you count the Aegis, otherwise 2 for 2. Considering that you got cliffed there, it's not too bad, and nothing to say. His positioning has been questionable. He's always getting caught first. That should never happen, really. That's his third death. Every single time he enters any kind of a engagement, he just dies. Shouldn't be, they shouldn't be allowing that to happen. The Luna is the win condition. She's gonna be the one going forward, but losing the Aegis is a big deal. The game might slow down right now. G2.iG might slow it down purposefully. JT just sending the Ember back. You have to be careful on the Ember. You get silenced, you can very easily die. So the reason why you would want to slow down the game right now is because you can't really go high ground. Your lead is not that high. You're not that much more powerful than the enemies. And the enemies don't really have towers to rally around. So you just shove the lanes in, go for pickoffs, reset until the enemies just drop under pressure. Ponyo is running in to save his buddy. That's not really going to be happening. Just let him go. WS actually, he might survive this one. Nope. JT comes forward. Make sure that doesn't happen. There is the borrow time on Ponyo, but it's just going to buy you a couple of more seconds right after it ends. Your life will as well. As Monet gets a double kill. Actually, they found themselves a pretty big one. They can go for a mid lane push if they want to, though G2.iG, it is safer. What? Okay. This is the saddest approach to the Tormentor I've ever seen. Poor guys, what the hell? No way. No way. That looked so sad. No. And Boboka, he dies to the Tormentor. They could have waited for him. That Tormentor got 2 kills. I really love the Tormentor play. Sometimes the desperation of a team to take it down is insane. And Talon, they had the desperation to go for it. I mean, in this situation, you can't do much, but it's still hella funny. So Talon are going for a smoke. It wouldn't surprise me if this is a that last ditch effort that you commit wholeheartedly for everything, and then just call GG if you all die. But if you find a pickoff with the Doom, that's fine. You just, I don't know, you want to delay things a little bit. Killing the Luna would be amazing, but I don't know, even if you Doom her, pops the BKB, turns around and starts fighting you, that you're gonna win that one actually. So Lina now does have the Flame Cloak, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher to get on top of her. This does have that flight, can go over cliffs. That's another hero now on the side of IG that can do that. Daedalus, something that the Luna wants. Shard before it. Once you get the Shard and the Roche, that's pushing time. So what's the deal with Talon? Maelstrom on the Ember Spirit, he understands he needs damage. The Doom already has a Shiva. Morphling going for a Linken's. These are not game-winning items. These are items not to lose Baboka. There's gonna be the lasso. He sees Ponyo. Doesn't want to go for him. That's the hero just gets out. But JT wants to go for him. And now he tried to find the Doom. Not gonna be happening. Ponyo will just get taken down. Nice jump in from the Techies. That's a double stun. The Techies gets deleted immediately as the Kashi turns into the Tusk. Silenced up. Doesn't want a Manta just yet. Things aren't scary. At the moment, a 2-for-2. Two supports on each side are going to be going down. Definitely benefiting Talon. Nice attempted play from G2.iG to outplay their opponents. But nice, calm, cool, and collected approach from Talon. Beautifully done. So 11k gold lead. Not insurmountable, but not a small lead whatsoever. You still have 22% win probability, and I guess you're out of the worst part of the game where you weren't able to make a single play. Now, whenever you have a Doom, you can actually go for it. Plus, it's a level 2 Doom. Okay, he didn't skill it up. I think because of the cooldown here, in this game in particular, I'd like to see it. I know that the spell in itself isn't much stronger, but that cooldown, even those 10 seconds, can make a difference in this game. Because it's your only playmaking ability. That's the only reason why I see it that way. So the Tormentor does get taken down. IG, they're not gonna have troubles with it, as Talon did. That was so sad with the Morphling attacking it and morphing into strength. As Talon, are they gonna get caught? No, they're the ones with the superior vision here around their big jungle. There's nothing to say. He doesn't know what's gonna be happening. He'll shove out the lanes. Nice, good positioning from him. Once he has the Linken's, it's going to be a lot easier. Manta on the Magnus. Manta has become a very, very popular item. The build-up is just so nice. Diadem. Plus, Yasha is super powerful at the moment. Talon, they're in a smoke. They pick up Akashi. Will they find Batrider? I mean, he has a lot of net worth. He's close to their Ember. I still don't think it's something that you were looking for, but they didn't use the Doom. 25 seconds until we find out when the Roche will be spawning. For now, we have no idea. Neither do the teams. So every single time that you get a kill, the other team will be pushing out 2 of the waves. That's why I like the Morphling sending those illusions to the mid lane. Very aggressive positioning here in the top. Some very nice sequence of events coming out from Talon. Not game-changing, but if you have 20, 30 moments like that, you place good vision, you prepare for a fight without the smoke, it can work. It is going to be a dire side Roche, and they have good vision of the top lane. So, I guess it's time for G2.iG to go for a smoke. They don't have it currently. It's probably getting delivered. Nope, no smokes. Baboka, yeah, he has one. Gonna be bringing it in. You want a kill into Roche, ideally around the pit. Nice blink out from WS. Fingers at the ready. X-Nova, shards are gonna be there. Shivas used immediately to slow them down. He actually pushes himself forward. He could have gotten himself to the low ground. Lasso gets removed, doesn't really matter. And now the chase is on. You do have the nighttime vision if you want to use it, Monet. Went for the BKB usage, not really sure why. Definitely could have been more conservative with it. Maybe it was a misclick, but either way, 9-second BKB down the drain for a Doom kill who's going to be up in 35 seconds. Meaning that you do want to get more done. You still have the RP, no man on the Luna, however, sending in the illusions. There's the vision, just seeing the enemies. They know where Ponyo is. They kind of know where their opponents are, but they're gonna go for a different approach. Try to force out some TPs. JT is doing a solid amount of damage to this tower, especially with this Luna illusion helping him. Look at that, half of the tower already gone. I don't really want to glyph it just yet, but you're gonna have to, because it's dead. Oh, JT gets secured to the low ground, and now they are gonna get themselves out. This is a very nice way. Use the lane, use the damage on the tower to destroy the positioning of your opponents. Play it smartly, buy some time with that positioning advantage, and then once you have the lasso back, once you have the BKB back, you can fight. So Talon, they don't want to allow that to happen. They want to kill this Luna. They want to put the Doom on her. 8-0-4 currently on Monet. So, Ponyo coming forward. Oh, there's gonna be Doom onto JT. Uses the Manta. The stun from the Lina. Not really doing that much without the RP. How much can you actually do? He does have the buyback. Gonna have to go for it. Snowball save onto Lina. Nothing to say. Gets over the cliff. Turns around with the stun onto the Morphling. So be very careful. Another slide of fist actually kills him. But there's gonna be a lasso making sure that he doesn't use it. And Lina gets herself away. The RP now will connect. And the follow-up stun will make sure that Yuan goes down. Ponyo doesn't have his ulti. And meanwhile, Talon, they're running away. Luna, still very, very healthy. Not even touched in that fight. Ponyo will be protected by the Soul Crest shield of his own. But in the end, will be going down just the same. Jokam going into the Glimmer Cape. They know that he is there, and the Glimmer will be expiring fairly soon. He was spotted, and very soon, he's going to be taken down as well. Who wants to blast off to the high ground will be able to do it. But the two supports can follow you there for sure. The proximity mine is actually making it pretty tough for them to come forward. There's going to be another Glimmer Cape. In the end, they're gonna get the signs, they're gonna get the damage, they're gonna get the kill as well. Whilst the Morphling, what's he doing? Getting rid of the Watcher. He managed to steal a Wisdom Rune. Nope, it was picked up by Nothing to Say. Gonna be happening. That was 3 buybacks used across the map, right? So it was X-Nova buying back. Was the Techies? Yep. And the Magnus bought back as well. Yep, that's right. So 3 buybacks in general. Look at it. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Not too bad for Talon considering the positioning that they were in, but it is gonna be an Aegis and the cheese. So in the end, G2.iG are gonna be getting exactly what they wanted. Shard on the Luna now. There, he does have level 20, so his damage output is gonna be even higher. Whilst Nothing to Say, he has an Aghanim Scepter. He has a Lincoln Sphere and the Blink, and we could see that it was much harder to kill him nowadays in fights, though. They did get pretty close. One more Sleight of Fist from the Ember would have actually taken his life. Chuan recovered quite nicely in this game, I have to say. Considering how badly things were looking for him, he actually has pretty decent items. If he gets to that Aghanim Scepter, it's not going to be too bad. Cloak of Flames, Flame Guard, those are some nice damage. That's some nice AoE damage that's coming from him. Monet, Daedalus at the ready with the level 20 talent, with the Lucent Beam, getting 2 glaives out. That's gonna be so much damage that you have to deal with, and that don't have enough to deal with. It's gonna be a problem for sure. Chuan, going to farm, going around the map. Cloak of Flames is definitely helping. G2.iG, they're taking it slow. Right now you want to deal with all of the waves. You go for a smoke, it is gonna be a red flag for Talon, so they're gonna have to move back, which will allow you to shove in the waves even more. But the Morphling Illusions come in handy. Has the Kanda. It's an item made for the Morphling, and I think he needed something like that, right? Because the hero lost the E-Blade. It was his item made for him. Then he lost it. He needed something that's for him, and it's pretty much it. A big fan. JT is hunting. They have a ward. It should be pretty much easy to read from Talon. There will be a glyph. You don't want your tower to fall, though. Top 1 is already super low. So without that glyph, this is going to be a problem to defend. Monet, make sure that this tower drops. No empower on him, though. It's going to be used. Mask of Madness is going to be put into the inventory. He wants some of that lifesteal. Sure, as Nothing to Say goes towards the top lane. This is gonna be something that Talon needs to use. They cannot just stand their ground. They have to get out of their base. They're going to be doing that just now. Abaddon has of lads. It's gonna be a lot of lifesteal for the Morphling. Just want to buff up this guy. So much damage. They will find X-Nova. A nice easy kill, but that's just a smoke down the drain. He doesn't have a buyback, and that's a dieback, so he's down for 80 seconds. A big time to delay the Aegis even more. So in 80 seconds, right, you're gonna have like 40 left on it. which is not enough to just go forward. What the hell, Chuan? What are you doing there? Whatever you're doing, it's not good. He's just gonna be taken down. All 3 ultis expended just to make sure that he's gone. No glyph on the side of Talon, so tier 3 on the top lane looks pretty much gone, especially with the current positioning of Talon. Let's see if G2.iG are gonna be feeling good about going for it, sending the illusions to the mid lane. That tower isn't looking all that healthy, and Luna is coming over. Just a couple of hits and this tower will drop, especially with Luna being empowered. But Monet is thinking twice about it, and there it is, the Chinese discipline coming into play. Nothing to say he's going for a hex. Okay, he has the Ether Lens. Since he's gonna be hexing people from quite afar, and if the Ember does wanna go for you, that can be very dangerous for him. Hex into a stun is a problem. Luna, I'm guessing this is gonna be a Scotty. Nope, it's gonna be a Lincoln Sphere. Okay, Monet going for Lincoln's, wants the butterfly as well. Lincoln's is done, so the Doom is no longer an issue, and Monet, he's 12-0. We've seen already today one Luna from a Chinese team completely dominate, and Monet doing the same thing. X-Nova. Is not gonna be going forward, has that blink, so the saves from the snowball are gonna be there. Aegis will expire right now. Not much usage from it. It was a solid amount of damage done to the tier 3s, but not much more than that. The gold lead did increase, however, to quite high. 84% win probability at the moment for G2.iG. But Talon are still in the game. There will be an Octarine core fairly soon on WS. It's nice for the Doom. We talked about his Doom needing lower cooldown, and he did max it out right now. Really nothing more to get. I guess you're not really going to be getting the stats on a Doom that early on. How are the neutral items looking, since we have nothing else to do? Find Shell, the Lion Amulet. No new ones. No. Already some time has passed since the 35 patch, so I don't know how new they are, but it's still super fun when you see newish items. I have to say, I don't know how it is for people that are new to Dota. I've been playing Dota for 15 years, played it competitively, and it's getting hard to keep track of all the items, of all of their names, of everything that's going on. And it's my job, right? I watch a lot of Dota during the day. Cast a lot of tournaments. There will be a butterfly on the Morphlink, but it is not a big damage dealing item. That is the thing. I just don't see them finishing people off fast, and if spells do come out from G2.iG, it's gonna be a problem. Monet moving forward. Now the Glaives are gonna start bouncing, so what do you do? How do you stop him? Stanking Lincolns. Range Rax almost fell. It is a slow approach, right? You are poking, you're getting them in their base, and then JT is hunting. And as soon as he finds somebody, skewer back. If he's gonna be able to do it, the siege creeps are going to be doing some damage to the tower. Nothing too massive. They do get taken down pretty fast. Bottom lane not going to be pushing in just yet, and nothing to say. I'm expecting him to TP to the bottom lane fairly soon, and then Talon will be leaving the base. Do they have a smoke on Talon? Yes, they have one on Abaddon, but until you see the Lina somewhere, I don't know if you want to get out. You do have this atomic bomb. JT has found the Abaddon. The Hex is there. They don't have the break, however, so his ulti will come out. Nice shards usage. He cannot move away from this one. Force staff, nicely done there, but Ponyo didn't turn to the right direction, and now he's going to be taken out. The Laguna and the lasso are going to be more than enough. If the communication was better between Ponyo and Jokem, I think Ponyo could have survived. So it is a 4 versus 5 situation. No lasso, however, but it's going to be coming up fairly shortly. The Glaze bouncing, sending in the Morphling illusions. That's only going to help with the Glaive bouncing, so I'm not really sure you wanted to do that. Luna comes over, breaks the Lincolns on the Morphling. You have to be very, very careful about it. Sticky Bomb being used. Monet being very, very careful about what he does. Going with the Lucid Beams. There's the RP. The Night Vision of Luna coming in handy. I've got to be popping the BKB to make sure that the Reactive Taser doesn't disarm him any longer. And that's going to be a dead Morphling for 80 seconds. They found their opening. They went slowly. They poked and prodded. And the mistake was made. Or a misstep. I don't even want to call it a mistake. It was a misstep from the Morphling. The thing is, he doesn't have a buyback. And without him, how are you ever gonna kill Monet? He's gonna get given a cheese. And he can just take it easy. There's the lasso onto the Ember. The Hex connects as well. Do they have enough damage? There's the cheese from Luna getting low, but not low enough. Monet just standing his ground, fighting. Doesn't have the BKB any longer. And that's the Doom over the Lincoln Sphere. Beautifully done. He made a mistake there. I guess you were thinking Luna's Lincolns, which one procced? And then you just go for it. It doesn't work out too well for you. In the end, you still bring down the 2 supports, so it's not that big of a deal, but you do not have the Doom for quite some time. It is a 90-second cooldown with the Octarine Core, but it wasn't done before the usage. Boots of the Bearing. There's a Lotus on the Tusk. He wants to go for the Lincoln. So Doom is the only thing that you're afraid of, and quite rightfully so. There's not really other things on the side of Talon that you have to be afraid of. There is finally an Aghanim Scepter on the Ember, but his items are always a little bit too late. Still, no supports are threatening to overtake him, and he's kind of the same net worth as the Magnus. And we can't say by any means that the Magnus is underfarmed. Buybacks are going to be very important for this Roche. There is a tier 2 for G2.iG. They might not have the outpost, but that tier 2 is definitely going to help. They're coming over. Illusions are going to be scouting. The extra night vision is going to help. Watcher has been taken by Talon as well. This is taking a little bit too long. RP at the ready. Monet has this BKB as well. Ponyo popping his ulti is gonna be fine. Meanwhile, he found the techies. Laguna Blade, Hex, a couple of more hits, and he's dead even without the reactive taser being used. Doesn't have a buyback. Ponyo in a lot of trouble. A punch from X Nova finishes him off. Goes onto the high ground there, so the mines will kill him. Buyback from Abaddon. They have 2 more buybacks ready. On the side of Talon, they're gonna be using them. No buyback on this Tusk. They do need a bounty rune if they want them back, though Talon doesn't necessarily know this. Ember Spirit, does he have a remnant left? I don't see it, so my guess is gonna be no. So he at least needs to TP if he up there it is. Buys back, TPs. Luna taking it easy. They still have the RP. No lasso, however, for 15 seconds. Talon, it's now or never. If you're just gonna do this. Okay, the Roshi's moving away. Akashi already there, nothing to say. Might get caught. He's level 25. Not an easy kill whatsoever. Gets the Hex onto the Morphling, but he's still gonna be caught. RP only onto the Doom. They want to kill him before he gets anything off, but he didn't get the Doom off onto Monet. Now you're surrounded in G2.iG. They're losing this fight. The Luna can't do anything. Doesn't even have the buyback. That's gonna be a fight. A really good fight. And a Roche for Talon. Taking the Magnus down next. You're a fat boy. Christmas is gone, but our appetites are still there. Talon, they win a fight, they get the Roche. Beautifully done. Without the Tusk, you do not have that save, and with Alina dying, it's a huge deal. They were the ones controlling the Twin Gates. And now the Aghanis Blessing onto the Doom as well. Your Lincoln Spheres, your Lotus Orbs, they do absolutely nothing versus this guy. Just like that, a gold swing, a huge gold swing. Look at that dip. That is a ski slope I would never go on, right? I've been skiing for 25 years. Nope, that one? No, thank you. That's not a slope. That's just a cliff. Morphling, looking really scary right now. Have you lost your timing with the Luna? Might be the case. Sometimes these lineups with the Luna, they need to end it earlier. Talon, is this gonna be another underdog winning a best of 1? G2.iG, they just didn't play as clean as they needed to, it seems. Zakashi coming forward. We've already seen one Morphling destroy the base in the previous game. We're gonna be seeing it again. There are some buybacks on IG, but they're not using them just yet. Kashi taking short work of the tower. Their tier 3 is gone. You still have one more glyph. They can't take anything more other than 1 lane of racks. So it is gonna equalize things if they are able to finish it off. At least the range axes will fall. Team Morphling going forward. The creeps are coming in. Backdoor protection. Not really helping you much versus the Morphling, especially with the Solar Crest being used on him. So much damage. So much attack speed. He gets himself away. Or staffed out. That's gonna be satanic. Being delivered to him. So, butterfly, satanic. Good luck healing this guy. Luna would love to have a satanic, but doesn't. It is gonna be a tormentor. And a shard for JT. So that's the double shockwave. Or the shockwave that returns. And is a lot longer. Will help you pushing out the waves. Ember Spirit gets the Lincolns. Lucent Beam is pretty good at dealing with those. But overall, it is great versus the Batrider, who is going for an Aghanim Scepter. So once the double lasso. Not that easy to get. Level 20. 2 Flame Break charges. What did Lina get? The Laguna Blade cooldown. %150% crit on targets affected by Dragon Slave. That's pretty cool. But he didn't go for the right click build, so it only makes sense. There will be a BKB on the Lina. Nothing to say. I have to say though, I think his performance hasn't been amazing in this game. If his performance was cleaner, this game probably would have ended. But it did give chance for Talon. It did give us the chance to watch this amazing game. Another amazing game. Are we in for another surprise? Look at the red dots. The base is protected, meaning that Talon can go out of the base altogether. Magnus breaks the smoke. Blink out, secure away. Bye-bye. Smoke from IG. Towards the top lane. That is a very smart move if these Luna Illusions can deal with the wave, and they can. What did they find? Jokem protecting himself with the Glimmer and blast off away. It's a long range for sure. Okay, has the Glimmer Cape, has the Trickster's Cloak. These invisibility usages of Jokem have been keeping him alive for a lot. Even when he dies, when he's getting ran down, he does use the invisibility, and it allows him, it buys him a couple of seconds. It's 5 seconds for the Glimmer and 4 for the no, 6 seconds for the Trickster's Cloak. Okay, that's actually quite a lot. So Morphling, what's his next item? We'll see. He's approaching level 25 at the moment, so that's gonna be the cooldown reduction in the waveform. Gonna have a lot more mobility in these fights. Well, the Luna does need this spike for sure. Positioning very much needed. So Roche is probably going to be the thing that both teams are looking for. With the Aegis now expiring, we might see a little bit less of an approach to fighting. Doom going for the refresher. The recipe for the refresher now only 200 gold. Abaddon. Going for an Aghanim Scepter. That's pretty cool, right? You just run in and everybody's gonna be getting healed so much. With a Morphling who has a Butterfly and a Satanic, you very rarely think of, oh, we're gonna fight a long fight versus a Luna, but yeah, it can work. It can actually work. Refresh on the Magnus. That is huge. That is game changing if he can get the right grabs. Nice positioning from Talon on their own vision. JT, he finds the RP, skewers him in, double Lincolns, but Lasso does connect. Where's the Orphotic Shield? He's being healed up. Isn't enough. Tren is still alive, and Akashi goes in, but look at the backlines. They found him. Isn't enough damage. X-Nova is doing his best. No, Tren will live. You know, on the other side, the second RP onto the Morphling. He doesn't care. He's just standing his ground. The Tusk will die with his chase, and the Luna, no TP for you. The Dooms are there. The stun from the Lina might be good, but it is not good enough. They used everything on the Ember Spirit, but just as you can stack Lincoln, so can we. And he got all the help in the world to live. In the end, that chase from X-Nova just wasn't good enough. The buybacks are coming through right now. They think they can fight. JT is looking very much dead here from Tren, as Akashi is coming over and he just smacks Baboka. JT, a nice dodge there. The Sleight of Fist doesn't connect on him. No more remnants, and that's gonna allow JT to get himself away. Luna, he didn't buy back to fight. Monet, he bought back to deal with the waves because he doesn't want his base destroyed. And if the supports just bought back, Talon would just come over. They wouldn't care. I'm thinking you go for the For the last outer tower, prepare for potential Roche. Okay, some refresher orbs are coming through. Lina has double Laguna now. No more Laguna. Pure talent. Everybody went for it. It was kind of strong, so makes sense. But you're still gonna be able to delete somebody. Imagine if they had a double Laguna there. Trent does die. The thing is, even if you kill him, is that a one fight? I'm thinking because this Luna cannot stand her ground, that you actually don't have much to fight with. You kind of drafted to have this counter initiation lineup. Your counter initiation doesn't work if you do not have a tanky hero that you're confident is gonna live through most of the things thrown at him. Jump in, Ember, Sleight of Fist chains onto X-Nova, who does have a buyback. But there is a pause. Kale, nothing to say, we'll disconnect. This game is just not going well. He has the Hex into a stun, but there is a Lincoln Sphere on the Ember Spirit. Plus he's level 25. That's 2 Sleight of Fist charges, so Tren is definitely a lot more elusive than what G2.iG are used to. Akashi a little bit too far away from the fight for my taste. Let's see how fast he gets there. Doom, as the Doom applies mute, a double Doom as well, with an Aghanim Scepter. Good luck winning the fights now. This is actually looking pretty grim. Yep, win probability in favor of Talon, even though it was like 15%, maybe 18 at some point for them. But now, they're favored to win this one. And G2.iG, not playing clean Dota. With these names, they should have been able to run through Talon, especially with the laning phase going so well for them. Okay, I was like, is somebody calling GG? No, everybody's just saying go, go, go. X-Nova has the Lotus Orb. That's going to protect him. Roche, we're going to know when it spawns in 35 seconds. And Tekis has a shard, so the reactive taser is there. Went for the blast off cooldown. I like that. If he can use it a couple of times in a fight, and he might just be able to. Baboka, still working towards that Axe. How about the Magnus? Wants the BKB. We'll have the double RP fairly soon. And I have level 25 as well. I'm curious to see what he goes for. I'm guessing because you have the refresher that you go for the RP talent. But who knows? Okay, those are nice pings. Chuan has to be careful. Okay, he's gonna know that the Magnus is in the vicinity. Are they gonna hunt? Yeah, that ground got destroyed. RP'd JT. He showed off his skills. The thing is that you cannot kill ground, burn ground, whatever. It doesn't give you anything in Dota. At least the Roche will be up in a minute and 10, so you are gonna get close to having your double RP, but you might get forced into using your refresher. And I think that's something that Talon might be looking towards doing. No buyback on the Luna, no buyback on the Magnus. For the Magnus one, Talon don't necessarily know about this one. Everybody else has it, and WS is going with some killer riffs. I don't know, I expected a Doom when he's going for a riff for it to be like right? Not like right? It doesn't feel like an electric guitar whatsoever. You know? Something like Tenacious D. I'm the devil, I love metal. Check this riff, it's fucking tasty. That's what I'm expecting, not the not like a tambourine or something. Akashi going for the push. There's the attack speed of the Morphling. Lincoln gets broken, and there it is. He gets pulled back. Another stun. The Morphling gets absolutely demolished. Or is he gonna get demolished? He's still alive! Finally, they bring him down. Does have a buyback. Ponyo. He wasn't able to save his buddy. He did his best, but his best wasn't good enough. And now, he will rest. Let's see though when he will rest, because he has so many shields to work with. Okay, definitely not going to be lasting for a long time. Drosh is up, and this was a huge mistake from Talon. They got ahead of themselves. They thought, we got this, guys. We got them. We are destroying them. We're going to take another lane of racks. And boy, were they wrong. And that mistake, they might pay with the game. JT comes to the high ground. Doom being protected. Right now he goes for the BKB. Doom on himself. No RP for you. And he wants to kill JT. The snowball coming over. Refresher has been used. Doom wants to go for another BKB. Yes, I do want 2 kills. Thank you for asking. I didn't ask for a bonus Tusk, but he got it either way. Buyback from the Tusk immediately. Magnus doesn't have one. At least they're going to be bringing down Jokem. The thing is, you want the Tusk. You want his tag team for the Roche. That's what they're looking towards. Talon, I don't think you want to be buying back the Morphling for this one. It is just too risky of a move. You buy back the Morphling, he dies, and the game is lost. Plus, you only have one Doom, plus one BKB for the Doom. It's gonna be a banner and the refresher. Luna already has one. Double lasso could be a nice thing, but the double BKB for the Luna is also not that bad either. We'll see. Morphling has almost 6k gold. That's good, he has a buyback. Soon, apart from X Nova, everybody will have a buyback. I would be very surprised if they just don't farm it. All of them. Anybody of the cores missing at 25? No, not really. Doom, yeah, we know what he went for. Double Sleight of Fist. Luna Blade Talent. Cooldown. Luna going for the Lunar Blessing, though. With how things are looking, we might get to those level 30s as well. Coming into these best of ones, I thought every single one is going to be fast, and the first two were. The second two, not so much. We saw even some tier 5 items. We saw Rapier already. Luna, the regen is now full. Solid stats on this hero. Looking towards a Bloodthorn, it seems. So wants to be able to stand their ground and fight the Morphling, most likely. That makes sense. Huh? Let's chase something. Double Lasso is available. Force Staff as well. Oh, Morphling, he got stuck. X-Nova places a ward. It's pretty deep. Abaddon, he needs to be swapping out the sentries. Staying back for now. Sending in the illusions, and that's gonna be a dead tower. Pretty huge. Glaze bouncing in the mid lane. Pretty big deal. Still so many proximity mines in the base. X-Nova, he's hunting. He's hunting for WS. Always looking towards the Tormentor as the Ember finishes off the Gleipnir. Big items coming out. So you have the Aegis. You have the refresher. Not sure where they used the banner. They did use it in the mid lane? Okay. It's in their base. JT is hunting. He has the ninja gear. Magnus, looking at this constitution, wouldn't be a good ninja, but definitely helps. Knowing how to hide. Orchid down for the Luna, but until you have the full Bloodthorn, I don't really see him focusing much on it. Ponyo, the Tagan Scepter is almost done. Oh, we are getting into that late game territory. We're seeing that Dota is gonna have problems with a Sleight of Fist onto everybody. With especially once the Abaddon gets level 25, it's gonna be insane with the Mist Coils flying out. Let's hope that our PowerPoint presentation is gonna work. Just click on hero, seeing what items they have. So even more RP stun duration, 4.3 seconds, no status resistance on anybody. So it is actually the Abaddon that you have to rely on, or Doom, using the Doom on to himself. Oh, Doom has been found. Hexed up. Does have a buyback. The question is, can they even kill him fast enough? Boca uses the refresher. So you have another RP if you want to use the refresher. You have another lasso. To go for it right now. They're making sure that the proximity mines die. And Techies, his creation is being destroyed. Une, forward. There's the Glaives bouncing. Solid amounts of damage. He is 7 slotted on this Luna. Has BKB and an Orchid. Okay, that's a lot of damage into Monet. Jeez, lasso, Baboka gonna be getting it. A double lasso as well. Stun onto the Abaddon. He does have his ulti. Baboka dropping low, and now there's WS coming forward. Monet, he still has the Aegis, but this is gonna be impossible to play against. You just leave the Luna behind. It probably is gonna be the best move that you can do, as there's no way that you're actually saving him. Snowball It is gonna give you a little bit more time. Nice blink away. Gleipnir will make sure that he goes nowhere. And that is water combined with some lightning. Meaning you go down. They did get the Raxus down. Is nothing to say. He's alive. His presence on the map. Oh, he has been found by the proximity mines. TP away immediately. Ember Spirit's Light of his chase. Not gonna be there in time. And the Doom doesn't go there in time either. Let's see. Can Delina keep the enemies at bay? At least protect the throne for now. Save her teammates from using those buybacks. Morphling, we've already seen just how fast this hero can push. He has 10,000 golds. If he wants to go for it, he can definitely get himself a rapier. Now the Wind Waker on the techies. Very nice save for his teammates. Very nice save for himself. An RP target. Now I have multiple ways to protect him. And Wind Waker actually has a solid range. Especially with the techies having the Ether Lens. Yep, Morphling looking towards the rapier. Solar Crest gonna be used on him, and he's coming for your base. Just a couple of hits are needed, and those couple of hits, they come out in less than a second. Vyraxes and tier 4 is next on the menu. The glyph is available. Luna does have a buyback. You're gonna be fighting without your Tusk. Cheese is on the Doom. He still has it. No glyph being used just yet. There's the Luna buyback. Goodbye, tier 4. Baboka gonna get the lasso onto the Morphling. They weren't expecting it, but can they kill him? Not even close. Akashi stands his ground. Your fountain is the only place where you win. Securing back the Abaddon. He's gonna get close to the enemy fountain, and there he will just be left for dead. But that's tier 4 is down. Meaning that, again, we might see the same play. Imagine Morphling goes for the rapier. Truen goes for some cool play. They don't have ninja gears though. That changes things. Morphling, what does he have? The Mindbreaker. Akashi's still thinking about if he wants to go for it. They have the cheese advantage. Buyback from the Abaddon is there, but there is no buyback on the Luna. That is the huge one. No buyback on the Doom. That might be even bigger. If the Doom dies, I don't know if you win a fight. This is the guy that is winning the fights for you. Uses the Doom onto himself, just runs forward, and it's insane just how helpless IG actually are. G2.iG are in a smoke. They're trying to find something. 3 of their heroes are hunting, but nobody's gonna be showing. Maybe they can the Morphling. It would be nice if you can force out this buyback. The thing is, even if you kill him, does he have to go for it? Actually, now they know that that's the real one. The RP will get used. Lincoln's broken. Silence is there. With a Bloodthorn, they make short work of him without the lasso. But that's gonna be 1 RP down the drain. Pretty huge kill. Can you force out the buyback? Do you have the guts to go for it? Doom has the double Doom. Refresher in the backpack, but also he can assemble the Aeon Disc if he wants to, so this guy's not dying. No lassos, no stuns, no Laguna Blades. Nothing can threaten him. This tier 3 is pretty low. That is one thing that G2.iG have going for themselves. They have taken down all of the outer towers. Talon, they haven't been able to do so. So the top lane, it is still closed to Talon. They can't get mega creeps. But the Ancient is open. That's something. So level 25 on the techies is probably gonna go for the proximity mines talent, and 400 AoE mist coil. Yeah, I think that's gonna be what he goes for. With the Aghanim Scepter, this Abaddon, it's gonna be insane. Of course, I don't think it goes with the Aghanim Scepter. That would be OP, but it's still gonna be so many heals with the Mist Coil. So let's see what's happening on the other side. Lina hasn't really bought anything for quite some time. Has that Timeless Relic. Finally, now we're gonna be seeing the tier 5 items. The Seer Stone for Magnus. The vision of it is actually quite nice, right? Because it's 60-second cooldown. Oh, did he just scout them? No, he didn't. But it's very good for catching people with the lasso and with the skewer. Double Seer Stone. Lina as well. We'll see what the Luna gets. But the Talon don't have any tier 5 items. I guess they smoked just to pick them up. Maybe somebody even buys the Midas. There's 1 tier 5 token. Doom taking it for himself. The scan has been used. They know exactly where their opponents are. Mirror shield for the Luna. It's okay. But with the Doom having an Aghanim Scepter, not really that big of a deal. Doom coming forward. Look at how fast he's going to be lassoed. Oh, where's the help? It's not going to be there. He has the A on this. The RP goes over it, and the status resistance will help him now. He's going to use the Doom onto himself, running forward. Nice start from the lead onto the three of them. And JT, he would like to get another RP off. Not going to be happening, my friend. As WS is just running in on them. Does have a buyback on the Magnus. Nothing to say. Nothing he can do about this. WS will just get a double kill, and that is the hero that you target at first. Nothing you can do to kill him. The snowball will allow this Tusk to live a little bit longer, but for how long? Actually doesn't even have his blink, so will just be taken down. Even without the tier 5 items, they don't care. They're more than powerful enough, and Morphling got the best one. Is the Apex. He is the Apex Predator on this Morphling. Look at the right clicks of his. He doesn't have a crit. Okay, he does have a... No, actually, this doesn't provide crit. No, it does. This kinda does provide a crit. My bad. But he doesn't have a Daedalus. He's hitting 900 per hit. What the actual hell? Luna wants the refresher. I don't know, maybe just get an Axe refresher first. The Axe is insane. If you hit at level 30, you would just solo win the fights. Doom is gonna have another A on disc fairly soon. He has the Force boots as well, so doesn't even need the boots any longer. Arcanist armor for the Tusk. It's gonna help, right? But I don't know, those 5 seconds is gonna be enough. Mirror shield on the bat. Let's look at those. Apex, still the Trickster's cloaks are there. So only 2 tier 5s on the side of Talon. Doesn't matter, they're gonna get through. Who gets this refresher? I'm guessing Morphling, though Abaddon wouldn't be that bad either, to be honest. How is the Ember looking? It's pretty solid. Okay, no space for that refresher. They're just leaving it in the pit. Abaddon doesn't have any slots either. He's just gonna eat the Healing Lotus. 20k goal lead for Talon. They're looking pretty good at the moment. Morphling still hasn't bought that rapier, but been thinking about it for quite some time. Tesso for the Ember, applying the 10 armor reduction on everybody with the Morphling hitting for 1 billion damage. That's a problem. This is 523. If he turns into a Magnus and empowers himself, then it's more. He also has the Moon Shard eaten at the moment. Morphling is stacked. He could go for the Aghanim Scepter. At the moment, I don't think it's necessary, really. Mirror shield for the Abaddon. How do you kill this guy? It's so much easier for Talon to fight. If you look at IG, they have so many of these teamfight ultis, but how do you use them properly versus Aeon Disc, versus Wind Waker, versus Aphotic Shield, versus the Borrowed Time? Probably double Borrowed Time. I mean, I wish you liked G2.iG, but the odds are stacked against them, and Talon are going for a smart move. They're going to be pushing the top lane. Very nicely done, right? That is where there's super creeps from G2.iG. They're thinking about a Tormentor. Yeah, remember me? I'm guessing that's what Ponyo is going to be thinking about that one. I think all of them have shards, right? Nope, Doom is missing on the shard. Ponyo is missing on the shard, and Ponyo, yeah, again, in some trouble there. It is going to be the Doom that gets the shard. Poor Abaddon. Okay. The new shard of the Doom is actually pretty good. How much damage is that? 80 damage per second. So it's like 50 damage heal per second. Not to be underestimated. On top of this 70. It's gonna be a tough cookie to crack, especially with having those phase boots. So our level 30 is looking. Ember closing in on level 29. Morphling not really, but the Doom is approaching level 30. Doom applies break. Doom applies mute. Goodbye, everybody. You're not gonna be doing anything. Imagine a Luna that is muted and broken. As the Spirit Breaker would say, I'll break their spirits and their backs. And this break, it's literally a back-breaking one. Smoke from Talon. They smell blood. They smell fear. And G2.iG, they have quite a lot of it. They needed to end this game earlier. Now it's looking really rough. They have tools to fight, but it's just so much easier for Talon to use their spells. Stone on the techies. It does have that extra range, but it's about the vision. 80. Blink out just in time. WS goes forward onto the Luna. What are you to do? Nothing. You are to die. Does have a buyback. Will be using it immediately if he wants to live. If he wants to stay in the game. The double lasso. One of the two cores. Is it going to be enough damage? No, with the A on this, it just breaks and they are out. Your lasso does absolutely nothing. It does have a refresher, however, so can go for another one and nothing to say. Level 30 on the Lina. Has the Seer Stone as well. This guy's not to be underestimated. They are stacking gems. They are hoarding gems. But that's not really something that you need. That's not something that's going to win you the game. Buyback on Monet. That is so huge. And the Doom doesn't even need to use the refresher. He's just going to wait for the next Doom. They have the Aegis for another minute. So he might want to make something happen beforehand. But you just jump on the Luna and that's it. No snowball saves. Nothing can go your way. X-Nova needs to find a way to pick up the Luna. Get away from the Doom somehow. Use the snowball onto somebody else, somebody on the side, and pick the Luna up. It's the only way. 4 staffs might be needed. Do they have one there? One here? Yeah, okay, they have 3 4 staffs. Of course, the Luna one isn't really going to be doing much, as she's probably going to be the one that is doomed. But Talon are taking it slowly. They are not fighting. Okay, this might change things as he finds a DD. Yep, we are going forward, boys. Deeping in with the bots too so freaking fast as... is thinking about it. The hell is damage? He has 1,000 damage per hit. If he turns into a Magnus and empowers himself, he's gonna be hitting for like 1,400. See, a scan was used. JT might go for it. The Arcanist armor is on him. Oh, coming forward, he finds the Abalon, who has the refresher. I don't think that's a target. They might need a break on their side. Morphling, meanwhile, he's dealing with the tier 3. Lasso, no, it's just gonna be the Lincoln Sphere. Doom on WS running forward. He has to be a little bit careful. JT threatening with the RP. Nobody really cares. He cannot jump into the Doom. He cannot stop this. Dread will be using the refresher. This is not your base any longer. You only have the Ancient left. As Magnus just jumps into his death, he thought that the Doom expired, but it just lasts so freaking long. 16 seconds duration. Does have a buyback, however, and double RP still at the ready. One Doom is ready on the Doom and double borrow time on the Abaddon. There's the double lasso. Anybody to break it? Not really. RP threatening with it. He's gonna pull them into the fountain. Is it enough? The Morphling doesn't care. There's the another one. And the Abaddon caught in it as well. Nobody cares about your fountain. It's not doing any damage to Akashi, who just waveforms away. Ponyo, at least he will die. Finally, the double borrow time will end. As Akashi is being chased down. He has so much damage on himself. Oh, nice 4-step there to the side. He's still alive. We'll see for how long. The Windbreaker is gonna be protecting it with the waveform. He gets himself to the low ground. Chuan gets himself to the low ground as well. They found the Morphling. Come back here. But the Doom will be coming back as well. And that's not the one that you wanted. A 4-step on the Luna. They need to save. But a 4-step on the Doom. Stunning both of them. The snowball. Where it is. The stuns. They're going to get him into the fountain. But even inside of it, he's just stopping your heals. You shouldn't have done that. And it is over. Talon will be taking this best of 1 and 2 of the favorites of the second 2 games are going to be going into the lower bracket, which means one of these teams, G2.iG or Blacklist Rivalry, one of them is definitely not going to be going to the 2024 Dubai BetBoom tournament. And it is insane. Talon, they did what seemed impossible actually in this game. They lost the laning phase. They lost it really heavily. Like, it wasn't even close. And then what happened? Well, they just played Dota. They played slowly. They understood what they needed to do. They got to a point where their draft actually became strong, and this